I made an intro and decided I didn't like it. Went and took Mom to get her hair done. Came back, gave her lunch, did some dishes, and decided to come out and just sit on the front porch. Look, you can see our pickup and camper. In front of me, I can't move it, is our old camper. It's for sale. Anyway, I'm having a toffee fat bomb that Naturopath Kitchen makes, Judy. Really good, so yummy. Remember, you want fat? I went into a rant and I decided that wasn't helpful. I talked about MSM. I take that. It is for joint health, anti-inflammatory for arthritis, tendonitis, bursitis, all kinds of inflammatory issues. And I give it to Lulu. I put it in her food too. You can. And then I take iodine because every cell in your body uses iodine. And what else? I talked about a lot of stuff. I don't do a lot of salt. I was very puffy this morning. I had a piece of chicken with some curry seasoning. Too salty for me. This fat bomb, I'm going to do half salt and half unsalted butter next time. I take a water pill because I retain water very easily, and it's just not good. But I think another thing I said was the iodine, they put it in our salt. They said, oh, we're going to add iodine to salt because we just don't get enough iodine. And then they told us not to eat salt. Stupid. You got to watch out what the government says. Fat does not cause heart disease or clogged arteries. Red meat does not cause heart disease or heart attacks or clogged arteries. Our ancestors ate meat. We're carnivorous people. We're not herbivores. We were never herbivores. We didn't wander the earth eating grass and leaves. They have a defense mechanism built in. Anyway, every cell uses iodine, and it's so important, and I just dropped my butter. Anyway, so get you some iodine. I get it off of Amazon. And then that's about all I take. I eat a lot of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. But beef and eggs is the most nutritious food you can have on this planet. And a lot of the carnivores eat just ground beef with egg in it. It's really good. Anyway, just trying to relax from, going to Mom's. And so let's get into the egg bread recipe. I'm not used to doing this because I don't record kitchen stuff, but this is what we're doing. All right, so I've got my eggs here, and I need to separate them to make 1 cup of egg white. I don't know how many it takes. It just depends on your eggs. I like to use the duck eggs, but man, are they hard. You can't even have 1 piece of fat. I thought I washed this good. There's a spot of yellow. That irritates me. Anyway, no water, no fat can go into your egg whites. So I separate them separate, because if I get egg yolk in this one, which is my cup, it's ruined. I have to start all over. So I do it separate. And the thing about the duck eggs is that shell is so hard. Oh my goodness, is it hard. Some people like to go back and forth with their egg, but I just think that that's too scary. This is going to be boring, and I'm sorry. I don't edit, so you get what you get. I'll make the other parts really fast. I tried to measure everything out and have it all ready to go, but that wasn't going to work. So you're going to need 2 egg yolks, and there's the 2. But that's okay. I can dig them out. Not worried about that. Always do your egg on a flat surface. I'll tell you what, the things that drive me crazy, one of them is people cracking on the side. You're going to get little shards of shell if you do it that way. So far, so good. Yay. What do we have? That was 3 eggs, and I barely have a half. 1 egg really measures a 1/4 cup. So I don't know separated what that would come out to. Ooh, that's a tiny yolk. This is the tedious part, is just separating, getting, and I'll tell you what, man, those duck egg yolks and the whites, whew, man, crazy. I'm going to dump that in, because if I ruin the next one, I've just ruined that one. Yeah, I got this from my friend Tina at her secondhand store, and I really like it. I mean, yeah, people do back and forth, but look at how that ended up. You can't do that. This is slick. I have 2 of them. This one's my favorite. So this is egg number 6. I got these for $3.99 at Safeway, which was a really good deal for this kind of egg. It's free range, Nellie's free range. I have duck eggs, and I got 5 dozen regular eggs, but wow, that is so close. I think it's going to take 1 more. And don't worry, these egg yolks that are left, you can make egg yolk waffles in your mini waffle maker. We'll do that video next. It's just a half or 1/4, I think, teaspoon of baking powder and 6 eggs or 4. You can, I've seen them both ways, 4 or 6 egg yolks. And then, and if that white thing bugs you, you can pull it out. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. There we go. All right, perfect. Now, this is going in the mixer. Wash your hands off and then dry them very well. You don't even want a drop of water in there. Trust me. Okay, now to this, I'm going to add a 1/3 cup of egg white powder. Now you can use all egg white powder, and I made my last one that way, and it works fine. I just prefer fresh eggs. And this is Janet Greta's recipe. You can check her out. So the egg white powder goes in. I don't usually do this all cramped up. I always have everything somewhere else. I use Redmond's Real Salt, as do most of your keto carnivore people. I have put a teaspoon in, but it's a little too much. So I'm going to do a 1/2 teaspoon. You can certainly use a teaspoon. It's all on how your tastes are. Now, a lot of people have done this separate, and the gals I follow, Carnivore's Angel, Neely, Indigo Neely, and Janet, they put this part all in the same bowl, and I really like it. Now, we're going to put in a tablespoon. It calls for 3 tablespoons of allulose. I can't do allulose. It gives me rough bathrooming in the next day. So I just put in, and it does call also for a tablespoon of, you know, your whatever. I use Swerve. I like Swerve. You can use monk fruit. I've used monk fruit. And the thing that makes the eggs really fluff up is your cream of tartar. Now, everybody knows this, right? So in my dad's restaurant, we always put cream of tartar in our omelet batter because it helped make nice fluffy omelets. This is a half teaspoon because the teaspoon won't fit in here, so I'm going to do 2 of those. Some people use 2 teaspoons. You don't need that much. No, I wouldn't use 2. I have. You don't need it. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. And this was nutritional yeast. This is just what I have left. You can get this in the store. You can get it on Amazon. Okay, where am I at? Here we go. Oh, and then Janet's calls for gelatin. Now, I think most of the girls use the gelatin. You don't have to. It's really not, I mean, I think it helps. And then somebody else uses, oh, Janet's recipe calls for xanthan gum. Do not do that. I really do not like it. It really gums up the batter. Now, Indigo Neely uses arrowroot. I did buy the arrowroot to add to it, and it does have a few carbs, but when you figure you get, I don't know, 8 or 10, whatever, 12 slices out of the bread, it really comes down to hardly anything. The arrowroot can go in. I get this off of Amazon. Get these out of the way. Now, gotta make sure everything is in here. Protein powder, nutritional yeast. Oh, you don't have to do this, but they say it adds flavor. A little bit of yeast, 1/8 of a teaspoon. You don't have to do that. I do it. Do I notice it? Probably not. All right, so then we're gonna mix this up. Well, and that's why I don't do this. That's okay. This is why I don't set up this way, because of things like that. I'm going to get this going really fast and then come back because it's very loud. Oops. Gotta plug it in, Cindy. My mom's husband set this up for us and it's really not good. I'm just gonna let this go and I'll be back. So I wasn't going to record while that was going, but what you want to do is set your stove, your oven to 325. So while that's warming, I get my parchment paper ready in my pan. So let's go do that. Setting up this tripod is a real pain in the butt. So what we're going to do is we're going to line the pan. You want to make sure you have plenty to cover this part. So we're just going to cut this off right here. I need to make a whole bunch of these. Indigo Neely has a good video on how to do this. I have just never watched it. I thought, well, what's the big deal? You just cut it. Oh, and you need little pins. As ready as I thought I would be. I got these at the Dollar Tree. They're for the garden, but they work really good. So this thing tends to get a little slippery when you're trying to put your batter in, so you just want to hold it down with something. This isn't going to be perfect. And then you want one this way. So I can use this for my next one. And I get this parchment paper on Amazon. It comes in a square, or a rectangle I should say. So now I need one this way. So I'm just going to cut it. And don't worry about waste. You can always use these for your almond flour cookies if that's what you want. This looks, I suppose, more hard than it is. It's kind of a pain in the, you know what. I've used a silicone pan and it's, you know, it's okay. Whatever. I think you still need to line it though, because when you take it out, it'll be better for you. Oh, I should have had these already. It irritates me when people do this, but it is what it is. This is a quick video. I took a shower this morning because I got to take Mom to get her hair done. I might do an intro. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's done. I need to go check on my egg whites. Okay, so here's what it looks like. At this point is when you add your fats. Now, I'm adding butter powder. Yes, it's a thing. You put this in your coffee in the morning. Oh my goodness. It is so delicious. Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Now, these eggs are kind of small. I'm going to put 3 in. You can put 2, whatever. Now, this is the part where you don't want to mess it up, all right? I'm just going to get this down a bit. Maybe not. Anyway, you're going to mix this, and you got to be very careful. These eggs can go flat really fast. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, this piece isn't cooperating with me. Of course, I'm recording. Why would it cooperate? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good enough. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take a spatula and gently fold in. Otherwise you're going to get white streaks. Okay, it's beautiful today. Don't do this on a humid day because it will not work. I've done that so many times and it really doesn't get this fluffy. All right, so then we pour it in our pan. Now, you can take an ice cream scoop, the restaurant kind. We used to use for mashed potatoes, not ice cream. And I think mine's what is mine? A number 12 maybe. And you can scoop these into little balls on a pan, close together like you would biscuits, and make rolls. I've done that many times. I'm pretty sure some of you have seen my posts on Facebook, the little rolls. Carnivore's Angel makes Hawaiian rolls, and she puts pineapple extract in the batter, and I made them, but I didn't use that. That's not what I wanted them for, but I'm sure they're really super good. Just try to make sure you get it in the little nooks and crannies like that. I can see some white. Probably gonna have some white streaks in here because I didn't mix it really good. I just don't want to deflate it. It's so easy. In fact, some people get theirs even higher than this, but I think this is about the best I can do. And it will rise. It's amazing. It will rise. You've seen it. It comes right up over the pan. And at this point, you can take these guys off. They always get dirty. I just wash them and put them back. And we're going to smooth this out. Hope this is showing up good. Smooth it out. And wherever you add like this is going to be funky when you bake it. So that's why you want to do it as smooth and all in one movement that you can. Otherwise, it's going to come out really funky. It's funny because every bread shape is different when you get done. They just rise up and do their own thing. Now, up until this point, this stuff looks so good you could lick it, right? Don't. It tastes terrible. It's really bad. All right, we're going to go put this in the oven. And I'm going to trim this one side that's hanging over. Now, because I am using my upper oven, I had to take out my rack, and so I put those 2 cooling racks under there, or else it burns on the bottom. All right, now we're going to start the timer. 35 minutes. Okay. Okay, that's been long enough. I mean, it's still warm. And that's fine. I'm doing this one-handed because my tripod is a pain to set up. But this comes off really easy. And if you want to know how to do the lining of the pan, just go watch Indigo Kneeling. I just cut it. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Anyway, that's what she looks like today. It didn't rise up. I might have deflated it. It doesn't really matter. It's still good. Trust me. This will be just fine. No, this is so hard one-handed. But this is how easy it comes off with that parchment paper. And you can get some in the store. I just got a big old thing of it at Amazon. I know I said I wasn't going to do Amazon at the beginning of the year, but man, it's hard not to. That's pretty nice. Let's slice into it. It does have some white streaks like I told you. And that's just from not folding it in very good. At any rate, it's done and it looks really good. This will make good French bread, French toast, patty melt, grilled cheese, sandwich, whatever you want. It's pillow soft. Look at this. It's so yummy. And I did forget the buttermilk, but that's okay. It doesn't need it. That was just an added thing. So I hope you get to order your ingredients and get to making this wonderful bread. I'm going to put this with butter and have some eggs before I go to Mom's. That way I'm not hungry later and going, well, let's go out to lunch. Because that will happen. All right, see you girls. Thank you.